Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. Today we've got quite a bit of Star Wars gaming news to talk about, both a Mandalorian game that seems to actually be in the works, and this time we've got some information from a fairly reliable source and not just some random redditor, and also some news about Fallen Order coming to next-gen consoles, as well as the fact that I wanted to briefly talk a little bit about the recent Battlefront 3 in quotation mark leaks that seems to all be fake. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button for all things Star Wars gaming. But now, let's get straight into the news. So let's start off with the Fallen Order news. EA Star Wars has announced that Fallen Order will be coming to next-gen consoles this summer. You can still play on next-gen consoles now, as you probably know, but there will be an actual upgrade where you will get a, free cross-generation upgrade if you already have the game on PS4 or Xbox One, but it will also include a number of technical improvements to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S console versions, which I'm guessing will simply boost up the performance quite a bit. And basically, if you are looking to do a replay of Fallen Order, or maybe you haven't even played Fallen Order yet and you have one of the newer consoles, wait until this summer and play it in most likely higher graphics, higher FPS and all that kind of stuff. But I know it's still pretty smooth to play on the current version of the game on the new consoles as well, so I'm not sure how much of a difference this is gonna make, but nevertheless good to know if you do own any of the newer consoles as well as Fallen Order. Before we get into the actual legit leak news, I wanted to talk a little bit about Battlefront 3 and all the recent leaks. First of all, like I said in my previous video, that leak that I said was like 95% to be fake has now turned out to be fake. Thank you to Battlefront FR, who figured out that the 3D model used in that leak image was actually available on a 3D model website. So someone basically downloaded that into a 3D model program, took a screenshot, photoshopped the Frostbite engine HUD over it, and that's why it looked pretty legit. So that's basically just like I said in that video, was the most likely thing to happen. It turned out that it's actually been proven to be true now. And there's also been a bunch of other weird Battlefront 3 leaks popping up lately, such as this one with like a blurred image, which is just an old image that we've seen before that someone decided to like blur and zoom in to make it look legit. So yeah, keep your eyes out for a bunch of fake leaks, but like I said in my last video, I'm gonna cover most of them that have some type of credibility to them, and even if it doesn't, I'm still gonna talk about it if it gets a lot of basically traction within the community, because it's better if I talk about it, say this is most likely fake because of this and that, instead of people thinking it's actually legit and getting their hopes up for something that isn't true. Lastly, I wanted to talk about a bit more exciting leak/rumor in regards to a Mandalorian game. This is something that we have talked about a little bit earlier and that still hasn't been, I guess you could say, confirmed from any source, but Jason Schreier has hinted towards it before, and there's been various rumors floating around the internet that a Mandalorian game might be in the works. And it also makes a lot of sense for a Mandalorian game to be in the works, obviously, because, well, it's some of the Star Wars media that has gone down the best, and I think anyone really would like to play as the Mandalorian. So this leak is actually based off a guy called Nick out on Twitter, and it actually started off with Phil Spencer, as many of you might know, who is the head of Xbox, basically having a shelf behind him with a bunch of collectibles that usually shows up in articles or interviews that he is in, and he has previously used this shelf to tease stuff, such as I think he actually had the new Xbox consoles behind him there before they were officially revealed. And this time around, Nick thought he saw a Mandalorian Funko behind that, and therefore said that, oh, by the way, there is a Mandalorian game in the works, and you can see that he teases that on the shelf behind him. However, it turns out that it wasn't actually a Mandalorian, but it was actually Arbiter from Halo. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that Nick then later said, oh, so a little bit of a whoopsie, yeah, there's going to be a Mandalorian game, but that's apparently not a Mando Funko. I might have just said something I wasn't supposed to yet, hoping I didn't just burn my source. Got some apologizing to do. So basically this is something that he has gotten from his source, that the Mandalorian game is in the works, but that he hasn't really been able to, I guess, reveal yet. And he thought it was okay to go ahead and do that when they teased the Mandalorian game behind Phil Spencer, but then it turned out that it wasn't actually a Mandalorian behind Phil Spencer either. So the question here is, most importantly, how reliable is Nick? Because really anyone could be tweeting something like this, but Nick has actually been behind some pretty serious leaks before, like this Elden Ring gameplay. So it is definitely a guy with connections and not just this random Redditor called Battlefront 3 leaker _ Darth Maul or something like that, but it's an actual public guy who has previously leaked stuff such as actual gameplay from games. So I do think that when he says there is a Mandalorian game in the works, that does make a lot of sense, and I think it's probably legit, but it's hard to say if this is one of the games that we already know about. Like, who knows, maybe the open world game from Ubisoft is a Mandalorian game, or is this something that we have no idea about, a completely undiscovered game that is in development? That's tricky to say, but I do think for sure that we should probably take this leak seriously and consider that there is probably a Mandalorian game in the works, which I also think is one of the biggest guesses anyone would have without having an actual leak source, but just by the base of the fact that it's one of the most popular characters, popular series right now, so why not make a game on it? And maybe the game will be finished around the time we get Mandalorian Season 3 or something like that. That would definitely be a good plan, because making a game usually takes a lot longer than making a series. So if we get a game from like Season 1 and 2, that's probably going to be too late by the time it's finished, if that makes sense. That's why I'm hoping that maybe this game will come out around the time of Season 3. But that's really all I've got for you today in terms of Star Wars news, leaks and details. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and please let me know in the comments below what you think about these findings. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.